Hey everyone, welcome to today's Chill Pill. It's good to be with you all. Hey, today we're going to talk to you about cans of worms. Yes. Now, not the ones that people fish with, because all the fishermen are out actually right now.
That's true.
When we were down in Moormee the other day, there were just droves and droves of... So the fish are running apparently, and they're all out there fishing.
I don't think they run. I think fish swim.
Well,
I'm just saying.
Well, they call them run.
Just kidding.
That's what the fishermen say anyway. They're running. But they're really swimming. Hope you all had a good Easter.
Yes. And it's good to be back on Chill Pill because Andy here was very sick there for a couple of weeks. No, it was serious. It was really scary.
Yeah.
So
it's good to be
we're
back.
glad to be back.
Good to be walking around again. And
And you know...
hate being sick. Don't you hate being sick, everybody?
Yeah.
I know I do.
It makes you feel totally out of control, doesn't it? Like you don't know what to do next.
Yeah, like I want to get out of this bed, but I'm so ill I can't get out, But anyway.
But the cans of worms thing, I was talking to a friend of ours in Tennessee, and she was reminding me of a conversation she and I had years ago about how life can seem sometimes like you've just opened a can of worms.
Yeah.
Because everything kind of hits you at once. This happens, then something else, then something else. And it's all like, wait, what? There's too many things. And it is like a can of worms. You open it and you just see all these worms, going around. You're like, life feels like that at times.
Yeah.
And she and I were talking some years ago, and I just said to her, isn't it amazing how God can help us navigate the worms, can help us walk through the worms and get through it? And so she told me the other day, because a few things had, continued to go kind of really badly for them physically and so on. And she says, Ruth, I'm still holding on to what we said and trusting God to help me through these worms. It's awful, because that's how it feels like. It feels like I'm surrounded by all this trouble and heartache and sickness. What do I do?
I know. Sometimes it seems to come like in twos or threes, one bad thing then another. And, some families have terrible setbacks. Someone's sick, and then they get worse news, and then something else happens to someone in the family. It's just, it can come like that. It seems like a big storm. That's why when we read these verses today, we have to this is so well, and I really don't need to really look at this to read it, but it's in Proverbs 3, 5, and 6. Trust in the Lord with all your heart, and don't lean upon this.
Right.
Your own understanding.
You'll never figure it out.
In all your ways, acknowledge Him, and in everything you do, acknowledge, that you are a Christian, that He is God and He is Lord of your life. And then it says He will direct your paths.
Amen.
Not might or could, or if you're good, but if you acknowledge Him, He says, don't worry, I'll guide your life. But that guidance in your life doesn't mean the absence of sickness.
No, and I think sometimes that's
troubles,
what we can think.
Troubles, Job, it says he was the best guy around. He was a really good guy. Everybody thought he was a person of great integrity and looked up to him. His family looked up to him. He was well known as being an amazing person. But then, hey, God says, okay, I'm going to give permission for bad things to happen to him. Which we can't understand.
Well, we can't. And sometimes when we think, well, I prayed about it and it's still there. Like, why doesn't God just take it away from me? And because you were saying even how the Lord touched you. Do you remember 2 weeks ago?
Oh, yeah.
To get up to preach.
Just enough to preach, and then boom, it was back again. So I was disappointed. I thought, wow.
He said, Lord,
I've been healed.
Why couldn't you just heal me completely? But no, you went back down again. He gave you the strength to preach, but then you went sick again. And it's like we don't, I think God just lets life be life sometimes, because how can we give Him the glory if we don't know how to live life in His name?
True. It's not like He's a magician just working tricks here and there. It's just, he allows us to go through all the things that everybody else goes through. You're not immune. A lot of people do have that kind of belief system where they believe nothing bad's ever going to happen to you, and that you're going to be rich and you're always going to be healthy. And it's not reality, though, to true life, where good people can really suffer and amazing people can die too soon or whatever. And it's That's what faith is, though. I mean, you
Right.
wouldn't need faith, would you?
No.
Why would you need faith if everything was perfect
And worked out ahead of time.
and worked out and everything in your life was good and you never got sick? There'd be no need for faith whatsoever, because you just you already know that everything's going to be good. So
Right. It's like Jesus on the boat that day with the disciples and
Yeah.
all the storms around. And he was asleep. And they came to wake him up. And he's like, "What's your problem? I'm here."
yeah,
And they're like, "It's a storm everywhere. We're going to die."
yeah.
And then Jesus stands up and demonstrates to them what it means when he says, "I'm here."
Right.
And he spoke to the...
Must have been awful hard for them, though. It's like, who is this guy? What's he talking about? We're about to get killed.
And he's fast asleep.
And yeah, he's sleeping. Or then he says, what's wrong with you all? It's, yeah. But then again, it was just like, I can control this, God was saying, you know. Don't think that this storm is something that I don't know about or is unplanned or is out of my control. But he did something about it. But he always chastised them, didn't he, for not having enough
Not
faith.
having enough faith.
But I'm sure he does to us, all of us too. He says, look, just keep having faith. I know it looks grim. I know it looks like things aren't going to go your way. But just have some belief and trust in me,
It's like-
because that's what it's all about.
We've just come through Easter time again, and it's like we have to remember the open tomb every day of our lives.
Yeah,
Jesus actually conquered death forever, and he's
Right.
alive forever, and he's with us. God is with us.
right.
And so let's remember the open tomb.
Yeah, absolutely. But the tomb's still there.
Yeah,
For
in our
those of you who
sanctuary.
can't see, we have a big open tomb.
In our sanctuary
Yeah.
here. That's what made me think of it. So we've got to think about that every day of our lives. Jesus actually rolled a stone away and out he came. Done.
Yeah,
Forever.
amazing.
So we can't lose faith.
Right. Anyway, it's good to be with you today. Thank you for tuning in. Again, thank you for all your prayers, praying for me while I was sick there.
Thank you.
And but I'm back on my feet, and I think I'm like 95% there. I still have a little bit of headache here and there, but thank
A
you for
lot
your prayers.
better,
And let's keep praying for those in who we know have still got COVID, and don't want to name names, but you know,
And people who are suffering.
people who
from
are suffering or
pneumonia and different things.
yeah. So keep praying for people and try to stay healthy and try to drink water.
Yeah.
As I learned
You learned the hard way.
to my peril, you need to drink a lot of water, especially when you start getting older.
Older. Are we getting older, really?
Yeah, yeah. Can't run as fast as I used to. Although I was out playing with the kids yesterday.
Yeah.
And I was
At
still thought,
jam.
oh yeah, I was really still enjoying it. I thought, oh, well, there you go. Still enjoy hanging out with the kids, playing their games, encouraging them.
Yeah.
And by the way, this Sunday I'm going to be talking about that. I'm starting a new series talking about how we can live an effective life.
Good.
You know, not just live life, but live an effective life. And we're going to be looking at various characters in the Bible and what we can really learn from them. So we're going to be starting
That sounds interesting.
starting with someone this Sunday who was an amazing encourager of other people.
Awesome.
There's a lot of discouragers out there.
Right, I know.
But if you can be an encourager, you can really set yourself apart from the crowd. So we're going to talk about that and how important that is in our lives. Here we go. Stop already. All right.
We'll see ya.
Good
God
to see you.
bless.
God bless you.
Bye.